Hey guys, I'm here with Melody Lauer, and we're at Tac-Con 2019. Just going through our classes on the last day, and she was kind enough to say that she would she'd actually answer a question. As a really competent shooter, somebody who's been in the training industry, she said yesterday 13 years,
Yes.
Which is fantastic. What advice would you give to new shooters or females that are just getting into the shooting sports, or that have been in the shooting sports that want to get into the instructor program, something like that?
Well, the advice I give would be the advice I give for a man too,
Right.
which would just be keep doing the work. We have even across all shooters, have a hard time seeing what good looks like and seeing that it is achievable for everybody as long as they put in the work. Especially, I think, with women. They'll see someone, especially they'll see a man, and he's shooting really well, and they'll be like, I will never get to that level. I'll never be able to shoot like that. Yes, you can. It just requires a lot of work and a lot of effort. So keep doing the work. But for anyone who's aspiring to be an instructor, I would say find someone to apprentice with. Find an established instructor that you respect, and beg them if you have to, but go to their classes, see if you can audit their classes, see if you can help, be a range monkey for them so that you can watch how they instruct, you can watch how they correct errors, and that's going to lead you to further and further success as you go on, because you're going to learn things from them that you will never be able to learn on your own, at least not without years and years and years. Why do all that extra work when you can learn from someone who's already put all that time and effort into it, provided they're giving you good information.
You don't need to recreate the wheel.
You don't recreate the wheel, but at the same time work hard, and you'll get somewhere.
Yeah. How about a novice shooter just getting in? Any advice for what to look for in an instructor?
Yeah, I'd say definitely look at who they're training with. If you're looking at an instructor and they haven't been training themselves, that's a warning flag. Like, hey, when's the last class you took as an instructor?
Right.
What did you learn from the last class that you took? And if they're like, well, I haven't taken a class in 15 years because I'm so-and-so, that's a really big warning flag right there. And then look at who they've been training with. Is it just within a circle? Like, are they just keep, circling within this small little group?
Right.
Or are they going outside of their group to get different information? That's a big thing for me. Who are you training with? Is it a name that I recognize? And if you're a novice, obviously there might be names that you don't recognize because you're like, I don't even know, is this person qualified or what?
Right.
That's what we have Google for. Start looking at, hey, who are these people that they're training with? Wow, all the reviews that this person has gotten have been amazing, and he is outstanding within the firearms community and within the law enforcement community. He is a subject matter expert on this, and it's by multiple different sources, not just within his own group. So you got to be careful.
His little echo chamber,
Yeah, you got to be careful of the echo chamber. If it's nothing but their students saying how great he is, and no other instructors are saying, hey, I audited this class, or I went to this class, here's what I thought about it, but it's just this small echo chamber, that's warning flag number 2.
Okay, cool.
So those are what I would say.
Awesome. How'd you like the conference?
It's really good. This is, I think, my 6th.
Wow.
5th or 6th conference. So there's some repeats that I've been to before, but I love going back to repeats because sometimes there's little new nuggets.
Missed something, yeah.
Yeah, or I go through something again and I'm like, I completely forgot about that. So I just took Lee Weems for the second time, his police encounters.
I just got out of the same class. Yeah. That was awesome.
And this is my second
And I'm bringing
time
that stuff back, guys.
Yeah, and my second time through it, I'm like, oh, I completely forgot about that. And there was some stuff that he added too. So don't be afraid that, here's my third piece of advice.
Right.
Don't be afraid to take a class again.
Right.
And don't be afraid to go back for more information, even if you're like, oh, I took that class. Take it a second time.
Or even if it's the same class from a different instructor.
Exactly,
right?
From a different instructor or something, because you will learn something new. So the tactical conference is something I love because so much information, even if I've heard it before, it's worth hearing again and again and again. And there's always new stuff. Always.
So without stepping on any toes, what would you say your favorite segment so far has been?
Oh, wow. That is hard.
Because that's
hard.
hard.
That's
My
really
hard question is
question.
I have to ask myself that.
Probably my favorite segment so far, having not been back to Masada Yubes, which I'm planning on going to, is I'd have to say Lee's.
Lee Weems?
Honestly, yeah.
Oh, hey,
because-
friends in law enforcement. Lee has one
Yes.
position open in his department. You should apply.
that has a lot of relevance to people who are dealing, traffic stops. If you're dealing
Right.
with law enforcement, what are your rights as an armed citizen? What are their responsibilities as a police officer? What should you do when interacting with them? What should you avoid when interacting
Right.
with them? But the great thing is, because he's a law enforcement officer and he's teaching other law enforcement, hey, being legally armed is
okay.
Yeah, don't freak out about this.
Right.
You stay within,
So do you.
You stay within your legal,
Right.
limits too. Like, you can't just, so it's really nice because it helps us understand what are the legal limitations, really, of what a police officer can ask you to do.
Right.
Where can you draw the line and say, you can't ask me that, or you can't, within being respectful,
Right.
because you don't want to get into that on the side of the road.
No, not the side of the
But,
road.
if they can ask you a question and you can say no.
Right.
Or you can say, I don't want to, no, I don't consent to this, or no, I don't, provided you understand the limits. There's a bunch of people that we see videos on all the time on YouTube that you can't do that. Actually, yes, the police officer absolutely can. So you have to know the rules in order to tell someone, hey, you can't do that.
You don't know the rules.
So that's why I think that class is so important, because there are some police officers there. I don't think they have malicious intent at all.
They just don't know.
But they don't understand.
Right.
And you might run into one. And your ability to remain professional and your ability to remain calm can keep any unnecessarily violence or unnecessary confrontation with law enforcement out of the situation completely, which is what we want.
And then you may end up with a better educated officer.
Exactly,
Right.
exactly. So that was probably my favorite.
And what was the name of your company again?
Citizens Defense Research,
There you go.
right there.
And
So,
where are you guys located?
we don't have a central location, but we travel everywhere.
I'd
So-
love to have you out to Colorado sometime.
I would absolutely love to come out to Colorado, because we've been.
Don't
trying
say it.
to-
You almost said California. Don't.
No, I said Colorado.
I fled California 14 years ago,
But
and I haven't
we've
looked
been trying
back.
to get further west since we started, so absolutely. we'd
I've
love
got
to.
a small range that lets me host people, so I'd love to have you guys out.
Awesome.
Thank you so much for everything, and I appreciate you talking to us. Everybody, Melody, you have a webpage, Facebook page?
citizensdefenseresearch.com, and then also on Facebook. Facebook is probably the best way, because that's where we're the most interactive. Citizens Defense Research on the Facebooks.
Facebook's, yes, the Book of Faces.
The Book of Faces.
Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it.
Thank you.
Now for the painful finish. You guys have a great day. Be safe.